Welcome to the Flicks, Picks, and the Nitpicks, and I am your host, No 718, man. Let's get it, man. On another day on this overly extended vacation, I welcome you guys being here with me today on another day with it. I'm gonna be running down a couple of trailers. First up, DC Stargirl. I have no clue about this. Actually, I mentioned it in the video that I just finished rendering, to be quite honest. And as I'm uploading another one for this specific channel, this is not one of my outside projects that I work on. I was like, I gotta go see the trailer for this. I've been meaning to, and actually on my Gulliver's Travels on the interwebs, if you will, I actually stumbled across some pictures of a predated version of the character in TV show format, and I was like, all right, this came out before, and it turns out she made her first debut, at least as a live action character, on the CW's Smallville. I still haven't seen it. I heard it's actually an excellent show. I feel like I caught an episode or two once upon a time, but that's neither here nor there. I haven't seen it. I do enough to say that I'm a fan or even know anything really. Well, I know a couple things about it because I remember when it was on and through commercials, but I just never watched it. Oh, I'm a superhero guy too. I just don't know. I don't know. It never took to me. I remember Lois and Clark was a thing. I never really got into that either. Like, I mean, it looked cool enough. I just feel like there was other things on TV that I probably was more interested in around that time. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Lois and Clark was more like a love story. Smallville, I don't know. I guess because Superman has never really been a character that I've never hated. I loved Superman, Christopher Reeve's Superman when I was like yay high to knee high, man. Real talk, man. I love that, love those, especially first two films. But I liked all of them just because it was Superman. I just never really was like into his comics as much. Like I grabbed one here and there. When he died, he was a little bit more interesting. I never cognitively tried to figure out why. Some people argue the reason why they don't like it is because he's just so OP, so overpowered. And maybe part of the reason why was because of that. I think also a little bit was around I mean, I was into Batman too, but I just like more of the Marvel characters. And at some point, I just pivoted to Marvel, and I just kind of became a Marvel guy. I didn't have really money like that anyway, so I couldn't even buy a lot of these Marvel comics. It used to get frustrating when I was little to be continued in from Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man. It's like, yo, bro, like I'm trying to collect this. I'm trying to stick to a line. I ain't got money like that, baby. We broke out here. You feel it? But needless to say, I just never really was big into the DC comic book as much as I was into their animated series and like in films and any live projects that they did, bar Smallville and I feel like Lois and Clark. I even watched Superboy. Yeah, picture that. But anyways, now there's Stargirl, and I just kind of got acquainted with her through Marvel's Marvel Rising, if you will. I think it's Marvel Rising. And I actually really like, well, in particular, I like the character America Chavez, who I actually thought was Stargirl when I kept getting it mixed up because when I seen, I said, oh, okay, but I'm like, wait a second, this is a DC show. Why am I thinking it's a different rendition? Because I was just like, oh, they probably did a different rendition of the America character. And it turns out, nah, this is DC Zone. So this is completely new to me. And when I did a little bit of history, she is a very new character. Very new character. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's go check out what she's doing, see what it is. I'll be interested to take a look. I am so far behind Flash and Arrow, oh man, I'm so far behind on those. I will be finishing it because I actually liked Arrow. I didn't see the last episode. Um, we'll get to it. But anyways, we're here now, and Stargirl. I know absolutely nothing about her. Like anytime I think of her, I'm thinking of America Chavez because she has a star on the shirt, and then when she fights with the stars flying, I keep thinking that's the same girl for some reason, even though I'm just really being introduced to this character in the trailer. Actually, I've seen a little bit of the trailer on TV. I didn't really pay enough attention to it, so we're gonna sit down and watch it for real, together. But I'm gonna be real. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't really pay attention to it on TV. So yeah, I don't know if you guys ever seen or read her books before. Like I said again, I'm not familiar with this character at all. I'm actually hoping it's going to be interesting. Maybe it'll be a different type of spin on it. It'll be more of a kid show cuz or extremely kid friendly even though it's shot in the same dark aesthetic as all the other CW shows, which will make it a nice fit. And I'm sure when they show the daytime, it'll be a whole lot brighter. So I mean, there's ways you can make that work around, but we'll see. Like I said, I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting into. It seems like it's being trashed a little bit in certain headlines and publications that I guess creatively it doesn't look good. I haven't really heard any kind of or seen any kind of energy online with any responses whether for or against it. So let's just check it out together and hope it's worth something.
Starman, are you there? Starman! The Justice
Why does he look like why does he look like Captain America but Justice Society? Okay, I get it.
I know this has been difficult. The move and a new stepfather,
okay.
but we're gonna make a good life.
Hey, sorry, that's just real delicate.
What are you?
It's the cosmic staff. It's extremely temperamental.
Okay.
Staff's not supposed to work for anyone except Starman.
This has to be the reason the staff lit up. The staff chose me, and I choose you.
I never thought there'd be another Starman.
Oh, hey, come on, like, don't do that too much, DC. Y'all playing too much with shit like that. It's like you're making me start to really see where some of these overly angst YouTubers who spend way too much time over peddling over like the likes of Brie Larson and this and that. You know, when I say over peddling, I mean like they overdo it to the point where you can almost tell like there was no other news, so might as well keep beating this dead horse. And it starts getting a little boring because it's no longer funny. It almost looks mildly pathetic because they don't really have much new to add to it, to the rage. You know, sometimes I wish they just, even if you're gonna hate watch a lot, just wait a while. Like wait a while, make a large composite, but don't jump on. It just seems like you're just doing it for the content as opposed to this is how you genuinely feel. That being said, the end part really doesn't bother me that much, but seeing how you guys had such pushback for that line. We seen the pushback on it with a rendition of it with wasn't that like a rendition of it with Marvel like a her oh, you know, and we did the what is it with her hair or something like that. I forgot how they did that for the CW with Batwoman, where they dropped another letter just so you could see Hero, see her. Actually, that's what it was. It was, I think it was they were trying to spell. They said hero and dropped the O, and it was like her, you know. And it's like we've did this before. We've done this before, you know. And like I said, I wasn't even mad when they did it all the time, but now it's becoming, especially with the climate of what it once was, we're just coming up off of. Maybe you could slide with it now because we have higher issues at hand right now, but to say the least. But this is the type of thing that you're still trying to surf the net. Maybe they just figured, hey, we can let it get by. And so far, so good, because I don't see too much people complaining about it. It seems like it's more the publications. And if the publications were coming at it any kind of way, because they're usually very female friendly, I could only assume, to be quite honest, which I hate to assume, but it wouldn't go over my head if it was over that line, because the trailer doesn't look horrible. You have a credible comedic actor in it. I forget. He's like David Arquette. Is it David Arquette? No, he's Owen Wilson's brother. He's a Wilson. Oh, he's a Wilson, and he comes in and he's a credible comedic actor. So that's cool, in the vein of Paul Rudd, if you will. That's where the levity is going to be, because it's going to be it looks like it's going to be a kids show, but it looked like they'll also have the balance with him being comedic, so it will roll over well for the kids, but also for the adults watching it, because it's still shot more like you would think it was a drama, if you will. So I feel like it's going to be more meaty than an average kids show, if you will. It's not going to be like, I don't know, I can't even think of a kid superhero show out there right now, but it's not going to be a whopping cartoon. But I do think it's going to be uber kid friendly. Uber kid friendly. Kind of like a, I hate to say a darker Full House, if you will, but something to that effect, for lack of a better way of putting it. We're not going to exactly have a laugh track in the background, but we're going to deal with kid stories, very kid friendly stories, and maybe even child driven stories, but it's going to be anchored by a lot of the adult characters and the adult villains, probably. And if they're smart, they will be smarter to do that, especially if it's going to be a primetime series. Or is it stream free? Oh, no, it's a primetime series. Yes, it's going to be on the CW, and more than likely prime time. That being said, like I said, I just only issue I could ever see them really have is, have we not learned this already? There's no need for it. Even though I think this was the best one that did it, because it was kind of cute. It was a guy saying, I never thought there was going to be a Starman again. Girl, like it's a little girl. That worked a whole lot better as a line. But unfortunately, with the climate and on what the adults and actors have not been exactly helping, because they want to surf the wave of these feminism thing, because it was overtly vocally popular, if you will. They were the vocal majority, pushing and controlling the political narrative. It would have made more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I get the sense that they would do that because you would want to surf that wave, but it doesn't really make sense doing it now, since the backlash of it. And we see what's going on with Batwoman is not doing too well. Birds of Prey, the only thing you really got working out that worked out so far was Wonder Woman, but I wouldn't even put that in the same connotation. That's from the Snyder era. In this era right now, it was the only other thing that was was probably popular as a female character that had their own story to tell was Captain Marvel. And even though there's some people may argue those numbers, it is the numbers that we have for the cover story. I still don't think that's weighty and meaty enough to try this line again, even though I think this line worked. Like, I think it's better to leave it to see it in the series as opposed to sell it, because I wouldn't want to start her off on the wrong foot, seeing how she is an obscure character anyway. I would want her so totally detached, because she doesn't have a history that can make that can anchor her. You know what I'm saying? Other than what she did for Smallville, and unless that worked, then that's what it is. But anyway, let's just check it out one more time and cue this bad boy up and go.
Starman, are you there? Starman! The Justice Society must live on. Someone with honor must carry the torch.
I know this has been difficult. The move and a new stepfather, but we're gonna make a good life.
Hey, sorry, that's just real delicate.
It's smart to make her like attached to like the Justice Society.
What are you?
It's the cosmic staff. It's extremely temperamental. The staff's not supposed to work for anyone except Starman.
This has to be the reason the staff lit up. The staff chose me, and I choose you.
I never thought there'd be another Starman.
Stargirl.
It works. It works. I just, like I said, I'm not exactly overly excited. I will give it a citizen's try. Like, I'm gonna go check out the first episode. Batwoman, bless her heart. But anyways, that's it. Really, not much to really say. I mean, I like the costume. It look like they took care of the costume. It look like a kid costume, and it works. Like, so far, it works. To be honest, her costume works more than the Starman costume, to be honest. And either way, look at it, they both kind of are knockoffs of Captain America. But like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like DC, Marvel, check the history. They've been ripping each other off for years. Let's not even do it. But in any event, let me know what you guys think down below. Are you guys excited about this series? Do you know about it? Do you geek about it? You want to educate me? Feel free, leave it all below. So like, share, subscribe. See you next time. And as always, till I have a better outro. Chill. Oh, it looks like I might actually have a better outro. It might have been April 1st I found the video, but it still illustrates something. Let's take us out of here, mama.
16 hours. And you know what? We have not lost one patient today. We did an excellent job. Thank you. And we're going to try it again tomorrow. All right.